World War II, 1939 to 1945, was a global conflict that involved most of the world's nations, including all major powers, divided into the Allies and the Axis. It was the deadliest war in human history, reshaping international borders, political systems, and the global balance of power. Key facts. Duration: September 1, 1939 to September 2, 1945. Main belligerents: Allies versus Axis powers. Estimated deaths: over 70 million. Major turning points: Stalingrad, 1943, D-Day, 1944, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, 1945, Aftermath. Founding of the United Nations, 1945, Origins and causes. The conflict stemmed from unresolved issues after World War I, economic turmoil from the Great Depression, and the aggressive expansion of Adolf Hitler's Germany, Fascist Italy, and Imperial Japan. The invasion of Poland by Germany on September 1, 1939, prompted Britain and France to declare war, initiating the conflict. World War II was fought across Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Pacific. Key campaigns included the Battle of Britain, the Eastern Front's brutal clashes such as Stalingrad, the Pacific War between the US and Japan, and the Normandy landings. Technological advances in aviation, armor, and weaponry, along with strategic bombing and total war mobilization, characterized the era. The Holocaust and war crimes. Nazi Germany perpetrated the Holocaust, systematically murdering 6 million Jews and millions of others deemed undesirable. Similar atrocities occurred across occupied territories. These crimes prompted post-war tribunals such as the Nuremberg trials. End of the war and consequences. Germany surrendered in May 1945 after the fall of Berlin, while Japan capitulated in September following atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The war led to vast geopolitical shifts, Europe's decline as a global power center, the emergence of the Cold War, decolonization, and the creation of the United Nations to prevent future global conflict. The American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, was a defining conflict in United States history, fought between the Union, Northern states, and the Confederate States of America, Southern states that seceded. It determined the survival of the Union, led to the abolition of slavery, and reshaped the nation's political and social order. Key facts. Dates: April 12, 1861 to April 26, 1865. Belligerents: United States, Union, versus Confederate States of America. Casualties: about 620,000 to 750,000 deaths. Outcome: Union victory. Abolition of slavery, 13th Amendment. Major leaders: Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, Robert E. Lee. Origins and causes. Tensions between North and South had built for decades over slavery, states' rights, and westward expansion. The 1860 election of Abraham Lincoln, who opposed slavery's extension, prompted 11 Southern states to secede and form the Confederacy under Jefferson Davis. The war began when Confederate guns fired on Fort Sumter on April 12, 1861. Key early battles included Battle of Bull Run, Shiloh, and Antietam, the latter allowing Lincoln to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, transforming the war into a moral crusade against slavery. Union victories at Gettysburg and Vicksburg in 1863 marked the turning point. In 1864–65, General William T. Sherman's march to the sea devastated the South's capacity to fight, while Grant's siege of Petersburg forced Lee's surrender at Appomattox Courthouse on April 9, 1865. Consequences and legacy. The Union's triumph preserved the United States as one nation and ended legal slavery. However, Reconstruction, 1865–77, exposed deep racial and regional divisions that persisted for generations. The war remains the deadliest conflict in U.S. history and a central subject of memory, scholarship, and cultural interpretation. Enduring significance. The Civil War redefined federal power, citizenship, and civil rights, laying the groundwork for the 14th and 15th Amendments and the long struggle toward racial equality. Its legacy continues to shape debates about freedom, identity, and the meaning of the American nation.